Hey everybody, Picky Old Gamer here, and I wanted to put this out real quick today because Cyrus hasn't posted this, but Game Ramblings is coming up tonight. This is another big topic we're going to talk about, but Sony and the PlayStation 5 is one of these things that people are going, what's going on? What's happening? There's a new rumor out now that Sony has proverbially shit the bed and has made a big mistake with the hardware. It's overheating. They're not going to get it out of China the way it is right now due to the cough, the issue going on, the lockdowns and stuff, and possibly a complete redesign due to overheating. Now, to be perfectly honest, and I may sound like a little bit of a fanboy, but I have more confidence in Sony than Microsoft right now. But you know, I did watch a video by Rich Review Tech USA. I'm really not a fan of his content. No offense, not getting into any bashing, but he did have a quick little blurb about him, and he read this, and I read this on Twitter too, that there's problems, big problems with the Sony PS5, which I am taking with a grain of salt. I don't know about you guys, but I wouldn't go all doom and gloom about it, but we're at April 5th. We got the GDC interview by Mark Cerny, and let me go back to pull up something here while I'm talking. And I found sorry about that. I'm trying to pull something. I hate the browser sometimes. But you know, there's a lot of information about possibly the Sony PS5 is not going to be that great. That there's a lot of them, Sony being a little lackluster and arrogant. And with Rich Review Tech USA, he is right about this. You know, Sony's been arrogant one time and Microsoft's taken over. Same with the PS3 and the Xbox 360. Sony almost didn't do well. If there was no overheating issues, the red ring of death, the Xbox 360 would have probably outsold the PS3 hands down. But you know, the PS3 did well, and then come around, Microsoft is arrogant. The Xbox One shit the bed. Horrible launch, horrible overall console, at least the initial design. And then Sony just kicked their ass. Now we're turning around. Microsoft has just blew their load everywhere. They keep talking about it. Watch some of the interviews with IGN and Phil Spencer, and they're ready. They're ready to move forward. And Sony has shown the GDC thing, which the GDC thing is interesting. But everybody threw a damn fit, acted like a 5-year-old, or some of these bigger YouTubers, and I'm kind of surprised that a couple of them that I really like, at least one of them, threw a fit. Well, this was a horrible reveal. It wasn't a reveal. Stop being stupid, folks. It was the GDC talk due to all the cough. But what do I think about Sony? I'm going to look at my history here real quick, and I'm going to give you guys a look through here. I see we got some people in the chat here. Hold on a second. Apologies. Oh, Born Distracted. I'd rather see the Jaguar come out. The Jaguar has got to be a badass console, and it needs to come out. But I looked at my history, and I found this guy called, I can't pronounce his name. I'm an idiot. He has 2.4 thousand. He had like few hundred. Excuse me. Autoplay crap. And he shows Engineering Studio oversimplifies the reveal of the PS5. He's had a few hundred views on some of his stuff. He looks really good. He does what he's doing. And you know, I'm gonna say that he doesn't ask me to promote him. But his other video has got 72,000 views. And he went through and broke down, showing why all this was very interesting, and it was really good. I think the Sony PS5, as long as this other shit is not you know, really true, because if I go back to my history, I'm going to show you some of the things I watch, sometimes Star Trek, everything else. The PlayStation 5 is in serious trouble. Rich Review Tech USA. Those are those rumors, right? Well, who knows if those are true, but here's the thing about it. Also, he did another video about the teraflops. Only got 2.9 thousand. This other guy, what I'm coming back to is, folks, I think deep down, there's good possibility that Sony could be in trouble. They're not talking. They're not talking. Is it a bad thing? We don't know yet. I think it is a possibility there's a hiccup, or due to all the cough issues and the bad stuff going on. I say cough not to ever make fun of it, because I hate to use the words and have my gaming stuff affected due to YouTube's filtering. So I say the cough. Due to all this stuff happening, I think what it comes down to is that there's a possibility that Sony has shit the bed, because they're arrogant, because they were being assholes, and they could have done that. Or I'm going to be optimistic that they're not, and they're just waiting for some of this stuff to blow over, or they're just getting ready just to show this out. If Sony has not shit the bed, if they've done really well, if they got the stuff ready to go and ready to ship out there here soon due to all the delays, and even Microsoft, Phil Spencer said they're on track, but things could happen, and it's not Microsoft's fault. It would be Sony's fault, Nintendo's fault, and this is not a bashing of Microsoft. I mean, shit. If the cough issues cause more delays from the factories, there's nothing Microsoft could do. And I know the fanboys would jump on, oh, y'all piece of shit. No, stop. This big global thing happening is more important than video games, and it could cause a real big delay. What do I think really is going to happen? I think the PlayStation 5 is going to come out and do something simple. It's going to be very easy to develop for. There was a leak on I think it was a Danish site, of the pre-order price, which converted to right at $399. It may be on paper weaker. In some ways you do that. It doesn't have the beast, some of the high-end specs pulling, locked clock speeds at 12 teraflops, and that is still super impressive. I'm not bashing the Xbox One, but Sony could bring out something with a lot of customizations that are easy for developers to use. The fastest SSD coming out, that's already in the specs and hands down, to the point the less than 2 teraflop difference could be nothing. As if you looked at that Mark Cerny discussion, which it was boring, they could just render the games what you see. They could do a lot. They've also taken the reading and writing part of the SSD away from the Zen cores. The Zen cores don't even have to worry about the I/O. There's a lot of potential for a really good customized system that's easy to develop for, maybe cheaper. And here Microsoft is pushing this big beefy box, but going too far. No first party games for 1 or 2 years. If they're higher than Sony, that's a detriment. And Sony could come out and be like, this box runs great, it's cheaper, it has some tricks to allow you to get more horsepower out of it, and it's very easy to develop for. That's where I'm thinking Sony may be arrogant and holding back, and it may just kick Microsoft's ass. Or they have shit the bed. They've underestimated Microsoft, and they're in trouble. What do I think? I hope it's not the second one. I think it's the first one. And, Game Ramblings is coming up tonight. I'm going to say this, but there's going to be a lot more we're talking about. Having a back and forth with Cyrus gets me a lot more information. I've talked to him. He's heard my theory I just put out right now. So this is nothing big, but I did want to make some content during all this stay inside mess. And, Game Ramblings is coming out tonight. I'm going to look for more information. I'm going to try to do some gaming news. Maybe I can start once every few days, maybe once a week, just look at some gaming news that's interesting to me and go forward with that. And then, let's see what happens. I know all of this stuff here is very, very, very serious. I say the cough just because I don't like the algorithms to hit me. But everybody out there, stay safe. And I do appreciate everybody watching. This right at 10 minutes. More distracted with Cash be a guest tonight. Also, no. Game Ramblings is going to stay me and Cyrus. We're really going to keep that me and him. We've thought about it, and it's not a bash toward Retro Bro or anything else. I think I'm going to start talking with Cash on my own and possibly try to get Retro Bro. We're going to all try to jump on each other's channels and talk. Though Cyrus and I like to keep Game Ramblings ourselves. Sorry I didn't just see that post. But no, Game Ramblings is just going to be for us. And, seriously, I'm going to get out of here. It's at 10 minutes. Thank you, Born, yet again for watching. I'm going to, get some time, gather my thoughts, and get ready for tonight's show. Be ready. There's going to be some interesting stuff. Me and Cyrus bouncing all this stuff back off each other is going to be interesting. And please be safe out there during all this stay at home and everything. And just be careful, be safe, and I hope everybody, help everybody enjoys what you're doing at home, because that's really what we're doing. All right, everybody, Pick Gamer.